What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody is doing well today. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, I will be reacting to some of the best things to do when visiting British Columbia. Let's go ahead and check it out, man. Highly recommended. I'm just adding it to that list, man. And one day we're going to be able to check it off.
We're in British Columbia, our 11th stop on our 150-day road trip across Canada.
150? Oh.
Home to high mountains, desert, rainforest, the Pacific Ocean, and world-class cities, British Columbia is one of Canada's most diverse and beautiful provinces.
Okay. Whoa. What's this, a jungle? What's this? They going hiking?
Provinces.
Okay, where's this at? I know this is British Columbia, but specifically, where is this place at? Where is this exact place at right here? Where I could walk through the water, touch the vines, and look at the amazing scenery around me, man. Oh, this reminds me of like Jumanji, being all in the jungle and everything. Look at this tree. This don't even look real. Oh my goodness. Like, we could live in this thing.
The Pacific Ocean and world-class cities, British Columbia is one of Canada's most diverse and beautiful provinces.
That looks great, man. Hey. That really reminded me. Somebody in the comments said, hey, Strac, I don't really know too much about Canada, you know, being a basic American. I would love to learn more, but please don't laugh when I ask you this question. Do people go surfing in Canada? Do people go surfing in Canada? I'm talking about, whoa, riding the waves. I can't believe you asked me that question, man. It's all love, though. It's all love, though, man. We still family and we still locked in. It's all love. But that's like, man, you gotta get out some more, brother. You ain't never see nobody surfing at, you know, some of the beaches around your area or maybe another state or country? People go surfing all around the world, my brothers and sisters. You know, it's not just a American thing. And let's be fair, when the average person thinks about somebody going surfing, the first place that comes to mind is Hawaii or something like that. Nobody's really thinking about America or Canada or going surfing within the countries of Europe. It's like, I guess it's underrated, man.
We're in British Columbia, our 11th stop on our 150-day road trip across Canada. Home to high mountains, desert, rainforest, the Pacific Ocean, and world-class cities, British Columbia is one of Canada's most diverse and beautiful provinces.
Marvelous.
We started our trip in the north, making our way down from the Yukon to Liard Hot Springs, where we took a break to experience the second largest
Hot springs. You see that smoke coming from that water? It got heaters under it or something? I know that ain't natural.
From the Yukon to Liard Hot Springs, where we took a break to experience the second largest known hot springs in Canada. With steam rising off the water, it felt like we were walking through a jungle in a tropical paradise. It's impressive how hot the water gets, and it was a great way to soothe our muscles before beginning the long drive to Vancouver.
So you telling me this is natural? The water's smoking naturally? Is it warm? Man.
It was a great way to soothe our muscles before beginning the long drive to Vancouver.
Some of the things that make Vancouver one of the most beautiful cities in the world is the variety of parks, beaches, coastline, and natural attractions that can be found all over the city. The most famous park of them all is Stanley Park, a 400-hectare natural West Coast rainforest in the heart of the city. We spent some time hiking through the forest, admiring Beaver Lake, and riding our bikes along the beautiful seawall, a paved pathway that circles the perimeter of Stanley Park right next to the ocean. This is such a beautiful trail. We got to see incredible views of the city skyline, the Lions Gate Bridge, the Pacific Ocean, and a variety of sandy beaches.
You said Stanley's Park, eh?
Next, we moved to North Vancouver to walk across Capilano Suspension Bridge, a 460-foot-long suspension bridge that sits 230 feet over a scenic river. While the bridge itself is a major tourist attraction, there's lots of other things to do in the area as well, including a canopy walk and a cliff walk. After exploring some of Vancouver's natural attractions, we moved into the city, starting with Robson Street and then Gastown, Vancouver's oldest district. Here, we found an array of beautiful buildings, cobblestone streets, and even an old steam clock. We also took a walking tour to learn about the days of Prohibition, the opium riots, and some of Vancouver's darkest days. It was a great way to learn about the early beginnings of this great city.
And this is the people right here. These are the people that I will be looking for when traveling around your amazing country. Let me just hear it. Let me just... Tour guide. Oh, hey, excuse me, my brother. Do you mind educating me on this lovely city I'm visiting today? Yes, any chance I get, I will be speaking to a tour guide. I don't care where we're at. Educate me, man, please, because these guys know a lot. They are so sophisticated. They give you a whole history lesson in like a half hour, man. Come on now.
The next day, we continued to learn about the area by visiting the Museum of Anthropology, which houses thousands of artifacts from the Northwest Coast First Nations, as well as other cultures from all over the world.
I love history.
It was impressive to see the collections of artwork and to go through some of the interactive exhibits that introduced us to various art forms such as Japanese calligraphy.
After a couple of days in Vancouver, we took the ferry to Vancouver Island, an area known for its wilderness and adventure. We started in Victoria, BC's capital city. Named after Queen Victoria of the United Kingdom, Victoria is a beautiful coastal city with a variety of heritage homes, legislative buildings, and a vibrant food scene. To get a better taste of the city, we took a walking food tour through the heart of the city, including the second oldest Chinatown in North America.
Okay.
Not only did we learn so much about Victoria's history, but we got to try delicious food, such as premium olive oils, pierogies, meatballs, Italian baked goods, and the famous Victoria cream chocolates, which are sent to the Queen of England every year. And in the evening, we went to an in-house brew pub, where we got to try a beer and chocolate truffle pairing. It was delicious. Victoria is also known as the Garden City, which is quite apparent as you're walking around the streets. However, the most magnificent garden of them all is the Butchart Gardens, which is now a National Historic Site of Canada.
Look. This for all my brothers out there. You want to take your lady on a fine date? You know where to take her.
Is the Butchart Gardens, which is now a National Historic Site of Canada.
With over 900 varieties of plants, we could quickly see why this has become a world-famous attraction. It was 900 varieties of plants, we could quickly see why this has become a world-famous attraction. It was so impressive to look down at the sunken garden, view the various water fountains, step through the peaceful Japanese garden, walk through the rose garden, and admire the hard work and passion that went into this 55-acre garden.
Yup, all along the way, I'm going to be sniffing those flowers. Oh, I love smelling flowers. You guys probably think I'm weird. You probably think I'm a nerd and I'm some type of weird kid with no friends, and that is true. Hey, I don't care. That's true, man. Call me weird all you want. I'm sniffing the flowers. This park has some flowers that I have never seen before ever in my life. And you think I'm not gonna sniff them? Man.
Attraction. It was so impressive to look down at the sunken garden, view the various water fountains, step through the peaceful Japanese garden, walk through the rose garden, and admire the hard work and passion that went into this 55-acre garden. Next, it was time to explore the island's wild side. We started the adventure off in Port Renfrew, which is nestled between the famous West Coast Trail and Juan de Fuca Trail. Here we hiked to Botanical Beach to see the beautiful tidal pools, and to Sombrio Beach where we found a small trail leading to a spectacular waterfall. The water may have been cold, but that didn't stop us from taking the chance to go into the waterfall. I mean, it's a waterfall in the...
You're like in a cave. No way you're free to just do these things. Is this free? Speaking of free, I mean, look, is this free? If not, it's worth it, but I don't see nobody near them either. Are they just catching this place at a good time, or is it kind of underrated? You know? How many people visit these places? Because all these clips I've seen was just them. But then if I go there, no, my luck if I go there in person, oh man.
Beach where we found a small trail leading to a spectacular waterfall. The water may have been cold, but that didn't stop us from taking the chance to go into the waterfall. I mean, it's a waterfall in the middle of the rainforest. How could you not?
Oh, yeah.
Another thing
now.
Vancouver Island is known for is whale watching. So we jumped on a boat, cruised out into the Pacific Ocean, and had one of the best whale watching tours of our lives. First, we saw dozens of orca whales breaching the surface with their amazing black dorsal fins pointing out of the water to the backdrop of the mystic West Coast. We even saw them jump right out of the water, something we've never seen before. Then, as if that wasn't special enough, we came across a massive meeting of humpback whales. We must have seen between 50 to 70 of them breaching the water, showing us their huge tails, and swimming right next to the boat. What an unbelievable experience.
Next on our island journey was Campbell River. And after visiting the beautiful Elk Falls, we went on a tour to see grizzly bears in their natural habitat. This started with a boat trip through beautiful mountain scenery, where we saw humpbacks and orcas before arriving to the Butte Inlet and the home of the Homalco First Nations. Thanks to the salmon swimming up the inlet to their spawning grounds, grizzlies arrive here by the dozens, eating salmon to fatten up for the winter. It was incredible how close we got to the bears, and we even saw one catching a salmon right out of the river. An awesome experience we'll never forget.
The next day, we had the opportunity to go snorkeling with the salmon.
Oh.
First, we hiked to a nearby canyon where tens of thousands of them swam around us. And then we went down the river.
Okay, so how much of this can you do in a single day? They done went on about 1 million excursions. I mean, how much time do you got throughout your days to do this? How far are these destinations from each other? That's the question I should be asking. Now, if it's all walking distance, then it's possible. But if you got to drive a little bit or take some public transportation, so be it. We can't knock it all out in one day, but we will. We will. That's what I'll be saying. Like, if you're going to travel to Canada, you got to pick one spot first. Like, you got to pick a spot like British Columbia. Go ahead and explore British Columbia and then move on to your next spot. You can't go to British Columbia and then decide to go to Toronto. Like, and then decide to go to Vancouver. How you gonna do all that, man? You doing too much ripping and running. You doing way too much ripping and running. Come on now. This is the plan. So when I traveled to Canada for the second time, the first time don't really count, but all right, second time, I gotta pick British Columbia first. Then I think I want to go over to Vancouver. Then I think I want to hit the city. I know British Columbia has a city, but I think I would hit Toronto up after Vancouver. There's just so many places I want to go to, man. There's so many places I want to go see for myself.
The next day, we had the opportunity to go snorkeling with the salmon. First, we hiked to a nearby canyon where tens of thousands of them swam around us. And then we went down the river with them, letting the current take us up and over rocks and back into town. This is truly a unique way to get into nature. Next, we drove to Tofino, stopping at a couple of beautiful waterfalls as well as Cathedral Grove to marvel at the massive 800-year-old Douglas firs. Standing over 250 feet tall with a circumference of over 29 feet, we couldn't even come close to wrapping our arms around it. Walking through this ancient rainforest felt like we were in Jurassic Park, and it's one of the things I love most about the island.
Once in Tofino, we couldn't live without trying one of the activities that makes it so famous, surfing. After a great lesson, we spent hours catching little waves and riding them back.
Okay, so I'm assuming that you guys already know how to surf. Let alone swim. Me, I won't be doing this right here. It's not for me. Some things are for others and some things are just not for others. The water's not for me. I gotta stay away from that ocean, guys. I'm not gonna sit here and try to front like I'm some type of Olympic swimmer. I am terrified of the water. I don't care if it's a still pool. I'm terrified, man. First question, I'm gonna ask, how deep is that pool, man? How deep is that pool? If it's over 5 feet, you can forget about it. What? You can forget about it.
Without trying one of the activities that makes it so famous, surfing. After a great lesson, we spent hours catching little waves and riding them back to shore. It was such an exhilarating experience to be able to stand up and feel the power of the waves push us forward. We surfed all the way until sunset before marveling at the sky as it turned red, pink, and orange. An amazing way to finish our time here in this beautiful place.
Very beautiful.
After Tofino, we drove to Nanaimo, continuing our adventures on the water by fishing for salmon and crab for the first time. Not only did we catch some crab, but we got to bring it home and cook it for dinner. What a fresh and delicious meal. The next day, we jumped back in the water to go snorkeling with playful seals, and after having them nibble on our fins...
Playful? This couple right here is really adventurous. I don't think I'm like them. You know, I'm not gonna go on these explorations like how they're doing. No, especially going underwater to the sea life. I'm gonna leave them alone. You know, they don't come up to land bothering me, so I'm not gonna go down there bothering them. Especially since I ain't the best of a swimmer. Give me some swimming lessons and let's just see how I act near that water, huh? How about that? Somebody please offer me some valid swimming lessons, because I'm self-taught. I swim well. Very good for a self-taught person. Like, I have a lot of faith and trust in my swimming abilities, but like, I don't at the same time. It's kind of weird because it's like I can swim in anything 5 feet or below. Anything above 5 feet, forget about it. So once we get out there to that ocean, or I see that pool that happens to be 6 feet, change of plans. I don't think I'll be able to do it. And I have a good excuse, my hair. I can't get my hair wet.
Catch some crab, but we got to bring it home and cook it for dinner. What a fresh and delicious meal. The next day, we jumped back in the water to go snorkeling with playful seals, and after having them nibble on our fins, we strapped on our scuba diving gear and dove down to 60 feet to get a whole new perspective of ocean life.
You see that side eye the seal gave them? He was like, you know where you at, right? That's exactly, look at that look. Look at that side eye the seal gave him, man. He gave him that look like, you know exactly where you at, right? Yeah, I got you right where I want you. I got you all surrounded. You in my house.
The water to go snorkeling with playful seals, and after having them nibble on our fins, we strapped on our scuba diving gear and dove down to 60 feet to get a whole new perspective of ocean life. We saw so much interesting sea life, including wolf eels and a swimming scallop, which swims through the water.
Oh my goodness, I have never seen this a day in my life. I've actually seen this before on an Instagram clip, and I thought it was AI. You know, everybody be using AI stuff. I thought it was AI when I seen this, because I was like, I don't know. It kind of resembles like a human face a little bit. The eyes, the teeth, like this just looks like an AI sea creature. What? Boy, imagine you step on this thing right here. Boy. Oh boy. Look at this. I'm not going down there. You tripping. I'm not going down. I didn't even get a chance to explore the land I'm living on. I ain't going down there, man. This is what NASA was looking for.
We saw so much interesting sea life, including wolf eels and a swimming scallop, which swims through the water when you touch it. This was our first time diving in Canada, and we loved every minute of it.
Finally, to cap off our time on Vancouver Island, we signed up for a bungee jump and a primal swing experience. First, we got strapped into the primal swing.
I'm so scary, man, because this is something I'm really looking forward to doing. And I'll be watching the videos and, you know, you dip your head in there once you get to the bottom. It looks fun and all, but what if the bungee cord snaps? Then I got to worry about falling in the water, and then I got to swim out. You know, you can't do these type of things if you can't really swim that good. Look, I keep going on about this swimming, man.
Experience. First, we got strapped into the primal swing and swung 140 kilometers per hour through a canyon. Then we had the ultimate adrenaline rush, 150-foot bungee jump. Strapped by the ankles, we courageously took the leap, falling.
You all like strapped by the ankles, my behind. You ain't strapping nothing to my ankles. I'm not going head first down nowhere. Absolutely not.
50-foot bungee jump. Strapped by the ankles, we courageously took the leap, falling towards the ground with nothing but a few thousand elastic bands keeping us safe. Words cannot describe the feeling of freedom that we felt falling through the air and the sense of accomplishment when it's all said and done.
The sense of vulnerability,
We then made our way back to Vancouver and drove to Kelowna, the largest city of the Okanagan Valley.
Okay.
This is one of Canada's best wine regions, and a winery tour is something that you shouldn't miss.
We had the opportunity to visit an organic, biodynamic winery, which not only produces great tasting wines, but does so in a way that's harmonious with Earth. We were so impressed with the facility and everything we learned about the various crops.
Harmonious with Earth? You talk about a natural way? I mean, you don't need to put no ingredients or nothing special in wine anyway to get it to be wine. It's just grapes. It's literally just grapes, man. Just wait for it to turn into wine. I mean, You don't gotta add nothing to it. That's as pure as it gets, baby.
Biodynamic winery, which not only produces great tasting wines, but does so in a way that's harmonious with earth. We were so impressed with the facility and everything we learned about the various crops that can be grown in conjunction with grapes. Another thing the area is known for is Okanagan Lake, a massive 135-kilometer long lake that dominates the valley of Kelowna and other nearby towns. To really enjoy the lake, we jumped on a boat to tour the city by water before strapping on a flyboard, utilizing the water to launch ourselves into the air. It was such a cool experience to hover over the water, and even though we crashed a few times, once we got the hang of it, it was such a blast. One of our favorite activities was getting...
So why would I pay all that money to go to Miami for a weekend vacation, right? To ride jet skis and do things like this when I could come to Canada and do it and get more out of my money? Be able to see more for my money, experience more for my money. Man, y'all tripping over here in the US. They doing this out there in Canada. Come on. Save your money. Stop traveling within your own country. I'm not talking to you guys. You got the beautiful country to do that. We don't have this, man. You know, I get excited just by seeing things like this in the background. How pathetic, I know. I need to try this. I've seen way too many people do this. If you fall in the water, oh well. If you just click the button, it's going to shoot you up out the water, right? I'm going to be squeezing on that button. Oh, can't touch the water. No, we can't do that.
Times, once we got the hang of it, it was such a blast. One of our favorite activities was getting into a helicopter and getting a bird's eye view of the lake, the mountains, the various wineries, and the beautiful canyons that can be found just outside the city.
Ooh.
We loved exploring Kelowna and experiencing...
Wait, they go through the mountains like that too in the helicopter? Okay, that's a cool experience. Over here in the US, they don't do that. They kind of just hover from above and you take your pictures right there. You go ahead and take your pictures right there because that's as close as we getting, man. Ripping you off of your money. An hour and a half, 2-hour tour to see a bunch of nothing. You seen a bunch of nothing from above just like it was a plane. In Canada, you get to go on a helicopter ride and they gonna take you through it. I love that. Matter of fact, forget that. Let's go parachuting out the helicopter since we live in life now. Since we being all adventurous. This couple looks like they had such an amazing time and I want to be the same way. I'm trying to be just like them. I'm trying to go out there and explore with a partner. Go out there and have some fun. I mean, it's fun when doing it in groups as well. But of course, everybody got to come up with their half, man. Because I ain't paying no extras. Everybody got to come up with their half. And I don't like relying on people at all. I rely on myself and that one person coming with me. Look, put your half, I put my half. We exploring this world, baby. Let's do it. This is beautiful, man. I've never been on a helicopter. I've never been snorkeling before. Well, I went snorkeling in DR, Dominican Republic, but I didn't go snorkeling. We just stayed on a boat. Everybody else got off the boat and went snorkeling. I didn't go snorkeling because I found out, well, I kind of came up with the idea that they were reusing the products that the people previously were using to go snorkeling. Because it was like, you wasn't pulling nothing out of plastic or anything. All this equipment just came out of this like cooler. And it all looked dirty. It had sand on it and stuff. I'm like, was this from the last party? This is disgusting. Give us new equipment. Me and my family stayed on the boat because I realized that. I was like, yo, I'm telling them like, look, generations down the line to put these things in their mouth. We can't do this, man. I didn't see them not open one thing of plastic. Not one thing of plastic. I'm like, we're not going snorkeling. We're not doing it. So I'll probably buy my own equipment instead of relying on somebody to give me equipment. Yes, I'll bring my own water bodysuits. What are they called? Like to go surfing? Because I do want to try surfing for the first time. You know, I used to go on a boogie board at the beach and ride the waves when laying down. I used to stand on it too, but in the shallow ends. But I want to actually get out there in the deep end, you know? And just experience what it's like to ride one good big wave.
That can be found just outside the city.
This is marvelous, man.
We loved exploring Kelowna and experiencing some of the wine culture as well as other cool activities such as axe throwing, something we've never considered trying before. We were so surprised by how much fun it was. With our time running out in BC, we made our way east to the mountains, stopping in Revelstoke to ride the Pipe Mountain Coaster.
The Pipe Mountain Coaster. I seen this on Instagram. You know the little Instagram reels? They be like, wow, no, seriously, what is this place? And then the music start playing. They get to showing all the beautiful views in Canada and all the amazing things you could do. I want to do this right here. It's safe as well, you know? You could go as fast as you want. I'm not pressing that brake at all. We going down this hill. But this is so you can explore and, you know, get a glimpse of the scenery. Be able to travel through the amazing forest, past the water, being able to see some animals near you maybe. Hopefully not too close, but I guess just keep it pushing if you do catch one. Before he catch you.
Made our way east to the mountains, stopping in Revelstoke to ride the Pipe Mountain Coaster, an exciting and scenic ride that brought us down the mountain and through the forest, while having fun and allowing us to take in the breathtaking views.
Last but not least, we enter the Canadian Rockies, stopping at Joho National Park to see beautiful Emerald Lake.
Oh.
As you can see, British Columbia has no
Oh, that mountain was reflecting off
to
of the
see
water.
beautiful Emerald
I'm not
Lake.
exaggerating.
As you can see, British Columbia has no shortage of incredible and varied scenery, attractions, nature, and adventure. We did so much and barely scratched the surface.
From lush rainforest to rugged coastline to deserts, lakes, and mountains, British Columbia is one of the most beautiful places in Canada, if not the entire world.
Thank you so much for watching our British Columbia.
Is it the best place out of the whole Canada? Somebody let me know, man. Is British Columbia the #1 spot to visit if I'm going to Canada for the first time? We're not counting the first time, man. For the first time. Because I actually get to, go out and about and do my own exploration. Instead of just staying in a little motel in front of Niagara Falls. We didn't really go nowhere. We didn't really do much. Like, we didn't really go anywhere because Canada's too big, I guess. So we stayed in that tourist part. Man, I'm out and about with my locals. Come on, man.
The entire world.
Thank you so much for watching our British Columbia episode.
To learn more about what we did in BC as well as other provinces during our 150-day road trip across Canada, visit mustdocanada.com.
150 days? How long did you save for this trip? 150 days? Give me 2 weeks. Give me a week alone in British Columbia. Yeah, give me a week alone. Give me a few days in British Columbia, matter of fact. And I promise I'll knock out all of these things they did on this list within a few days. I promise, because we ain't playing no games. I'm talking about early, 6 a.m. in the morning, rise and shine. And we out and about. And everybody, please feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. How did you feel about this video? And what are some of your personal thoughts and experiences, of course, when traveling to British Columbia, man? Please feel free to share all of your experiences and amazing stories that you shared either with yourself, your spouse, your family, or friends when traveling to this beautiful place. And what were some of the things you did besides what we actually seen throughout this video? What are some of the other amazing things to do when traveling to British Columbia, and some of the amazing foods to eat? Some of the amazing restaurants to go to, please. I gotta eat. I ain't really see too much food in this video. I love my good eats. I got to eat, man. About 5 times throughout the day. So please, Canada's restaurants will be getting my money. Vendors, whatever. Whatever you got, snack carts, hot dog, I don't matter. You gonna get my money. Everybody feel free to share this video and channel to your friends and family members, please. And please continue to flood my comment section and suggestion link in the description down below if you would like to recommend some more of these amazing, phenomenal, intriguing, marvelous videos for us to check out, just like how we did today, man. And please do not forget to let me know in the comments, what is the #1 place to visit when visiting Canada? What would be the best place to start off at? Me, I feel like it's British Columbia. Out of all the travel guide videos and touring videos of Canada I have reacted to, British Columbia is for me, man. It's like you could just book a hotel there, man. Book a room and just, you have everything for you. You have everything to do there, man. You don't have to go too far. And if it is a little far, at least it's still in British Columbia. I mean, like, how far were all these places together, man? For all my supporters who ever had the chance to experience some of these amazing things that this lovely couple actually did throughout this video, how far are these locations from each other? Please let me know. Everybody stay safe, and thank you so much for choosing me to watch today, for joining me along to check out this fabulous video. And if this was actually your first time joining this channel, welcome to the family. Everybody, please stay safe out there, and I hope to catch you all in the next reaction video.